Imagine finding out that your closest friends had hacked into your Snapchat, read all of your saved conversations, and spread all of your secrets throughout your entire high school. When this happened to me, I realized that Butterfly would never betray me like that. I started spending more time in my school's butterfly garden to escape from the cruel world of high school. The garden served as my sanctuary. Spending so much time in the garden, I came to realize that it needed much improvement so that it could serve as a refuge for the butterflies just as it did for me. I started working closer with my AP Environmental Science teacher, Espy, who you saw in the video, since she was the most environmentally conscious person I know. This is a woman that spends her weekends dressed up in giant butterfly and giraffe costumes, protesting our local environmental policies. We planned out what would be the fate of the butterfly garden, and I soon took advantage of my leadership positions within the school to make this a collaborative effort amongst the student body. I wanted to make sure that everyone at school was aware of the catastrophic effects of habitat destruction, something connected to every environmental problem we are facing. With the help of my school's National Honor Society, we started fundraising to buy native plants for the garden and hosting events on Saturdays for students to come together and work on it. We gradually restored the butterfly sanctuary, and it started getting more and more attention around school. More kids who weren't affiliated with the National Honor Society started talking to me and to the science teachers to try to find out how they too can get involved with the garden. I met other students who were oftentimes bullied and felt like outcasts that found peace by visiting the garden during lunch and in between classes. It served as sort of a safe space for them, just as it did for me and for the butterflies. One Tuesday morning, after a long weekend, I visited the garden, as I did every morning, just to find that a massacre had taken place. The administration had sent the custodians to mow the grass in the garden that weekend, and they mowed the entire garden down and demolished it. It was heartbreaking. All the shrubs and bushes which housed and fed hundreds of caterpillars were destroyed, and in turn, the caterpillars that sought refuge in the garden were cold-bloodedly shredded into pieces and murdered. Not only had the butterflies lost their sanctuary, but many students lost their refuge as well. We were devastated. However, instead of giving up, I held a meeting with everyone involved in the garden, and together, we came up with a way of preventing the destruction of our sanctuary again. We decided to cover the entire garden with mulch, ridding anyone of any reason to alter our garden. And gradually, we restored our sanctuary. My peers and I organized against what seemed to be impossible, and we learned that no obstacle is incompatible when we work together. I wouldn't have been able to accomplish this without the support of my fellow officers of the National Honor Society, the science department at my high school, and my wonderful family. I'd also like to thank Earth Island Institute for this incredible opportunity. Thank you.